So now let's add the functionality that allows us to use only numbers for our text box. And we can simply copy the functionality from the project we did before for the bank account, because that has all the functionality for all the keystrokes limitations or the keystrokes filtering. So I'm going to open that project, I'll go to Visual Studio and find my bank account application that I had. And in it, we have the code for the keystrokes that accepts only numbers between 0 and 9, as well as backspace, enter, and a period for the decimal. So I'm going to copy this code from txt interest keypress. I'm going to copy all that code, and let's go back to my numeric text box. And before I paste it in, we need to create the actual keypress event. So let's create the onKeyPress event. So it's gonna be protected, so this is how accessible the event is going to be, and we keep it as protected within this class. And we are overriding the onKeyPress right here. You can see the IntelliSense knows what we can override. And let me just move this to the right, and you can see it's passing the keypress event argument just like it did in the bank account project when we created the event there. And I'm going to remove this and paste the code from the bank account into it. So now let's modify it. So we want to allow numbers 0 to 9, and we want to allow the backspace, which is the keychar 8. So this allows the numbers and backspace. And then we want to allow the period, so I'm going to remove the enter key, because that was only used to move from one text box to another. And here we have a check whether the decimal point is present. The decimal point is present if a property has decimal is set to true. So here I'm going to start an if statement and check if the has decimal is true. And if that's the case, then we will allow it. That's gonna be the decimal point that is allowed if the user wants it allowed and sets the has decimal to true. So I'm gonna cut that and paste it inside the if statement. But of course we don't want the text box for the interest. That's from the account exercise. What we want is simply the text and the index of. If it contains one period, we allow it, otherwise we won't. So if the user enters a period, we check if the has decimal is set to true, and if so, we check if there already is a period in the number. And if everything's okay, we don't have to handle anything, we can allow the keystroke, otherwise we won't allow it. Now if the user tries to enter a period and the has decimal is false, then we have to handle it. We cannot allow it because the user does not want periods in the text box. So I'm gonna cut this else statement and place it here for our if has decimal is true, otherwise it's false, and then we don't allow period. And now let's do the same with the negative. I'm going to copy this else if statement and paste it right here, because another option, another else is if the user is trying to enter a negative number. So we check if the character is the minus sign. And if it is, then we check instead of has decimal, we check if the has negative is true. Now we can only allow the minus sign at the very beginning of the number. So this is gonna be actually reverted. If the index of is not equal 1, or if the selection start, that's a property of the text box that sets and gets a starting point of the text selected in the text box. So if the selection start is not equal 0, then we actually have to handle it, because we cannot allow the negative sign to be in the middle of the number. So it's gonna be handled equals true. Now if this is false, then we don't have to handle it. It means that the user is trying to enter a negative sign at the beginning of the number, so handle will be false. And again, if the user is trying to enter a negative sign, but has negative is actually false, then we go to our else statement and we have to handle it. We cannot allow a negative number because the user does not allow negative numbers. So this is our if statement and two else if statements, and at the end we'll do an else statement for every other character. So this is basically if the user is trying to enter any special character from the keyboard or a letter, for example. So this is our condition. Now I'm going to build the project. It succeeded, and I'll go back to my form and let's see if it works. So we have has decimal set to true and negative to false. So I'm going to run the project and I'm going to see if I can enter a negative number. I'm trying to add the minus sign, but it's not allowing me because we had it set to false. But I can enter period. For example, 1.234, and if I try another period, it's not allowing me because it only allows one period. So now let's go and set the properties to something else. So I'm going to set the negative to be true. It allows a negative number. But I'll set the decimal to false. And let's run this again. So I'm going to enter decimal number, 1 point, but it's not allowing me point. So I'm going to try to add a minus sign after 1, and it's not allowing me. So I'll go in front of 1, and now it does. And if I keep pressing it, nothing is happening. It only allows one minus sign. And I can add the numbers, and again I cannot add another minus sign or a period because we have the decimal disabled. And I try to add another letters or special characters, and it's not working because again we only allow numbers. But I can delete it with using the backspace because we also allow backspace for the editing. So a custom control works. You could see that we have two properties that are working correctly, and the text box only expects and accepts numbers. So now let's go back to our bank account project and replace those text boxes with our custom text box.